What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and I'm making a quick video because we are hours away from the draft starting. Obviously, you guys know that I will be doing a live stream today, tomorrow, and Saturday for all 3 days of the draft. Because we're going to be seeing, man, we're going to have to wait and see what this draft class looks like. But it starts today. Today's the big day. But the reason why I'm making this video is because I want to give you one last little batch of rumors and speculation and, what I'm thinking going into this whole thing. So, as you guys know, I've developed, my theory has developed. It's been the basic theory the whole time that the Dolphins were going to move up in the draft, trade up in the draft for a quarterback, right? Well, there's been a million different storylines. My initial theory was that they were going to trade up for Tua, most likely to the number 3 spot with the Detroit Lions to get Tua. Then it evolved into that they were going to most likely trade up to the number 1 spot for Burrow, with my secondary as the number 3 for Tua. Then it swapped to my secondary as the number 3 for Herbert because of Tua's injuries. But there is now an extra interesting twist that I will find fascinating if it comes to fruition. But like I said, there's been a ton of, talk and speculation. There's been recent talk that the Dolphins might actually be trading up to get an offensive tackle, which for me, if they did that, it would certainly be better than trading up for a quarterback in my position, in my point of view. But I don't like chasing players at all. I like either staying put or, trading back. And with what, at 5, 18, and 26, we could get 3 great players in round 1. Certainly at the number 5 pick, we could get one of the top offensive linemen if they want one, right? So I wouldn't trade up for an offensive lineman, but that is out there, right? There have been numerous examples of how the Dolphins could trade to the number 3 pick, the number 1 pick. There was talk about that the Dolphins would trade to the number 3 pick, then to the number 1 pick with the Bengals. And that kind of ties into what I want to talk about today, because just over the past couple days, there have been a bunch of reports about how the Dolphins have made several calls to gauge, what it would cost for the number 3 spot, what it would cost for the number 1 spot. They've talked to the Bengals quite a few times to see what it would take. In coordination with the previous reports about them doing a swap to 3, then a swap to 1, there have been additional reports that the Dolphins are vigorously trying to get a deal done with the Detroit Lions for the number 3 spot, in which they retain the number 5 pick. So they would have the number 3 and the number 5 overall picks. Okay, and to do that kind of trade, they would probably need to give away the 18th and the 26th overall pick, so like our 2 other first rounders, or or maybe like a first and a second or something like that, whatever, to move up to the number 3 spot, and then could potentially trade the number 3 and 5 to the Bengals for the number 1 spot. I think that would be super overkill and whatever, but there's been talk that, the Bengals haven't exactly been, excited with the Dolphins' offers, even though they've been apparently offering a bunch of stuff for the number 1 pick outright, because they don't necessarily want to go to number 5. They might feel like it's a little too late to get the at least one of the top 2 quarterbacks that they feel like. Maybe it's Burrow and Herbert, or maybe it's Burrow and Tua, right? And so maybe if they got the 3rd and the 5th overall pick, then maybe they would take that with maybe a little additional draft capital on top of that. Somebody tweeted out from the media, I can't remember who it was, if the Dolphins gave up the 3rd, the 5th, and a first round from next year, the Bengals should take it. And I agree, the Bengals should take that. That's an amazing haul that they could get just to slide down 2 spots really, and then another 2 spots. They could get one of the top quarterbacks and then whatever. So anyway, it's going to be super interesting to see how it plays out. And if they did do a double jump like that to get to the number 1 spot, look, I don't think that they're going to, because I don't think that they're going to trade up to get a tackle. There is that floating around, and it just popped up really forcefully over the past like day or two. But I don't think that would happen, because if they felt like they were going to, you know, jump for a tackle, they could get one at 5. They wouldn't have to jump anywhere, especially with other teams chasing quarterbacks and stuff. That would just be stupid. And so if they're going to jump, I'm almost, you know, like I'm 98% sure that if they, well, first of all, I'm like 98% sure that they're going to trade up. But I'm also like 98% sure that if they trade up, it's going to be for a quarterback. Anyway, so that's what I got for you guys. I do want to keep this short because, like I said, draft time is only hours away. We got about 4 hours left. And so I'm really excited. I hope you guys join me for my live stream. It's going to be fun to see what they do. And then we can go from there, man. This is the big thing. And obviously, also potentially the last thing, because it depends on how the rest of, you know, everything else goes and how the rest of the year plays out. Not necessarily just for football, but, you know, everything outside of that. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys enjoy my videos and perspective. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Share my channel and videos with your friends and family. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comments section. And, of course, as always, make sure you follow me on Twitter at Dillon Tartaro. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Fins up.